Oshkosh Media is government programming on GovTV, community programming on Life TV, and community radio on Oshkosh FM 101.9.
Welcome to the 2024 Memorial Day procession here in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. My name is Mike Hurt.
And I'm Julie Hurt.
And it's our honor to be here today.
It is, very much so.
Co-hosting this event. Things to bring out real important in Oshkosh, we got it right. And it is a procession, it's not a parade. Now, the 4th of July is a parade, and that's where you'll see elected officials and people throwing candy and all these type of things. Well, when General John Logan came out with Order Number 11 way back post-Civil War, which kind of started Memorial Day off, Memorial Day, it's a really solemn observance.
Yeah, it is. It's a day of respect.
Yep. And Memorial Day, and it's so different. Like you have Armed Forces Day, which is, I think it's like second Saturday of May. And, you know, that recognizes the military. But Memorial, and then Veterans Day recognizes veterans, and when you'll say thank you. But today is about those who made the ultimate sacrifice. So, and first up, coming up, we have the Oshkosh Police Department has kind of got the lead vehicle here, and you know, they're kind of kicking off the procession. And then with that, we have the Marine Corps League looking sharp as always. Their current commandant is Todd Schumacher. And the Winnebago County Detachment was started in November 10th, 1946. And do they not look sharp? Look at that precision marching. Great job. And with that,
and then next up, we're going to have the Winnebago unit of the Marine Corps League Auxiliary. The Marine Corps League Auxiliary has a great working relationship with their detachment, and their members are found in assisting them with their fundraising and their bingo. In addition, this past year, they held a chili cook-off and spaghetti dinner.
Okay. And we also just had the Oshkosh, there we have the Oshkosh Police Department and Sheriff's Department doing a combined. Oh, coming up is the VFW band. I believe that's the Coast Guard hymn.
Yes.
Semper Furtatis. All right. The Oshkosh VFW band was under the direction of Laurel Marchinsky and formed in 1947. Let's listen to them.
How entertaining.
And looking a little bit of anchors away for the Navy. And the VFW band will be down at the cemetery. So, there we have, hey, Chuck Butzloff. All right, we have Chuck. Good to see Chuck as always. Chuck is Old Red Arrow. And I've known Chuck for a number of years. And then coming up on us is the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, post-1908. And they are one of the nation's largest veterans organizations. And they have their clubhouses right on Rosalia and Seepy Avenue. And They're a great organization. Good morning.
Oh, there's dogs.
Okay.
Just saying good morning.
Whose dog is that? All right, next. There we are in step, marching. And there we have the VFW Auxiliary.
Following the VFW Post Color Guard is their auxiliary. As with many of the auxiliaries, the VFW Auxiliary started with a small group of women who wanted to serve their veterans. The current president of the VFW Post 1908 Auxiliary is Sue Falk.
And that is our dog, Henry.
Yes.
Okay. Hey there.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
And next we have coming up the City of Oshkosh Deputy Mayor, Matt Mugerauer, and he is with us today. He's in his 4th year on the City Council and elected to mayor in 2023. And he is driven by Lori Grouse. Hello, Lori. Whoa, and next we have Oshkosh North.
The Oshkosh North High School Band has a long tradition of excellence in creating meaningful experiences for the community. The Oshkosh North School Band is under the direction of Miss Gloria Dorschner Mackey. She and her students thank all the veterans and their families for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. Let's listen.
Really good. Now our guest speaker is going to be coming up in a second. His name is Christopher Kolakowski, and he is the director of the Wisconsin Veterans Museum in Madison. I heard him speak at Pearl Harbor. He is phenomenal. And there's Dwayne Cannon. All right, Dwayne. And oh yeah, here comes the Military Veterans Museum. They always have some phenomenal vehicles. Gotta say, this one looks a little bit familiar.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's the old Humvee. Actually, my first trip in Iraq, we had these, and they had kind of the soft doors.
Yep.
So, all right, and then next, AMVETS Post 7. Looking sharp right now. AMVETS is the most inclusive of the major nationally charted organizations. Jeff Bedward is the commander. Wow. Looking sharp, AMVETS.
They always do.
All right. And then you know a little bit about the auxiliary. There she is. All right.
And then next up is our AMVETS, and it's most inclusive of the major national order veterans service organizations, and that is our AMVETS Auxiliary.
And next we have Perry Tipler Middle School Band. Let's listen.
known as the Oshkosh Volunteers. It was the first company of volunteers from the city of Oshkosh to answer President Abraham Lincoln's call for volunteer soldiers after Fort Sumter. They would serve 3 years with the 2nd Wisconsin Regiment, the 2nd Wisconsin itself being part of the famed Iron Brigade.
And now we have American Legion Post 70 here for Oshkosh. Cook Fuller, and looking good, and good to see him out there today. Also, that you have the Sons of the American Legion as well. Well, I think we've got a little bit of a gap right here, and you know, that is one thing that I think is so important too. Is we have the procession here. I gotta say, weather's decent, excellent turnout of people on the route, but it's when you get to the cemetery, that's where they have the ceremony, and really that's the heartbeat. And I always encourage people to go down to the cemetery.
It is. It's a very beautiful, moving part of the program. It's definitely worth the time to pack up those chairs and take a walk a little bit further up the road to be part of that program.
Right, and today is about, Memorial Day is about, too often it's become seen as maybe the start of summer, that type of thing. But really, Memorial Day is about those who made the ultimate sacrifice, those who put it on the battlefield, so that we get to have all the privileges and rights that we get to have here as Americans, because they were there and they kept us free. And so there's a lot to be said for that. Now, I kind of got to go back real quick on is a big influence on Memorial Day. It was actually in the South. And what happened is they called it Decoration Day. And what the Union people observed was that you had all the families and the widows of Confederate soldiers were laying flowers on the graves. And they kind of went, hey, that's a smart idea. And what they also saw is the reconciliation of the country.
Yeah, I believe it was 1971, actually, when the name changed.
Yep.
And it was started being recognized as Memorial Day as we know it now.
Yep. Oh, who do we got coming up way down here?
Oh, it's the Carl Traeger Middle School Marching Band.
Okay, and it's under the direction of Karen Kriege. And they are going to be performing the United States Marine Corps hymn, and you have a special love for the Marine Corps?
I do. My brother was a Marine Corps veteran, and yes, which makes this Memorial Day even more special.
Served in Vietnam and true warrior. Here we go, folks. Listen up. Coming up soon is going to be vehicles from the Military Veterans Museum here in Oshkosh. I encourage people to go there and check out the vehicles.
It's really worth
check out the vehicles.
Really worth the trip.
Hey there! All right. Well, we got the DAV. Transportation vehicle coming up soon, the Disabled American Veterans, driven by Chapter Commander Barb Belmont. Oh, and there's Scott Hutchins, the treasurer. All right. Wave to the camera, guys.
It's nice to see a transportation van. That's a new program here in Oshkosh, brought to you by Chapter 17, DAV Chapter 17, and making sure our veterans get rides to their VA appointments.
And we have coming up the Fox Valley Vietnam Veterans. Hey, we got Mike Robinson and Dave Pollock. Hey, Michael. Hey, David. Yeah, those two guys there, they are warriors. So.
There's Brutus.
And there's Brutus with the Military Veterans Museum and Education Center.
What a beauty.
That vehicle is what's called an ambush buster, and it was used in Vietnam. All right. And here we have looks like the Fox Valley, or the Franklin Cub Scouts. All right, Cub Scouts. You know, the Cub Scouts are critically important, you know, for our community, and they build leadership and get an understanding of our country. Whoa, and here we have, this is the first year for Val Phillips Middle School, and this is a debut of this group, so let's watch.
Well, they sound outstanding for their first year, don't they? And a nice size band.
And we also have the Wisconsin Law Veterans of America coming through. All right, good to see ya. Hey. And it's important for folks to realize is that during the Vietnam War, the Lao veterans served with our troops in the fight against communism in Vietnam, and they are our brothers.
Elks Lodge, number 929. They are a fraternal order with hundreds of thousands of members and 150 plus year history. Nearly 2,000 lodges and communities all over the country. The Oshkosh Elks Lodge is home of 321 members who give back to our community in many different ways, including, but not limited to, building beds with the local chapter, sleep in heavenly peace.
And now we have the Lourdes Academy Middle and High School marching band. All right. And they're led by senior drum majors Izzy Dietzler and Jock Marchand, and junior drum majors Talon Mecklenburg and Claire Trofka. And it's under the direction of Michelle Sorensen. Let's listen to the band. Good to see you. Good to see you. And then we also have Oshkosh Lodge 27, the Free and Accepted Masons. And it's growing very fast here. So the current leader is William Cochran.
And next up, another wonderful marching band, as you can see, is the Oshkosh West High School Band. Has a long tradition of excellence dating back to the founding of the band at the Oshkosh High School in 1919. Today, the West Band is performing Anchors Away, Eternal Father Strong to Save, the official song and hymn of the United States Navy.
we hear some excited parents in the background there.
Yep.
Seeing their kids.
Yep.
All right. And next we see the, coming up is the Vietnam Veterans of America. Dwayne Cannon is the president, and there are 87 members with additional 25 members as associates. And Betty Cannon's out there. Hey there. All right. And we owe so much to the Vietnam veterans. We truly do. And this is a great welcome home. Good to see them. Hey, Fozzie.
Hey, Betty.
Hey, Betty. Hey, I think we are seeing the South Park Middle School, and if I'm right, I think this is the late Doc Sunlightner's alumni, and so it is always good to see them, and let's listen to them.
Always so proud at this time when the South Park Middle School band would come through.
Lastly, we have the Oshkosh Fire Department coming in here. They protect us, they protect your loved ones, your property, and each year they sponsor a food and toy drive in December. And they are riding an Oshkosh Fire Department Ladder 15. All right.
I always love the fire trucks.
Yeah. And we have to say we have a son-in-law that is a
firefighter.
Yep. in Charleston. So, and
The hearse.
and there's Roy Helms with the American Legion riders, and he is providing the escort. And with United Veterans Honor Guard, they are an incredible group of people that ensure that veterans in our community receive those final last services. Hello.
And, I'd like to mention, with the arrival of, Tom with our hearse here, and it is a solemn way to end the procession, but it is also that true reminder of what today is all about. So thank you, Tom.
Hey, Tom. Hey, good to see you. And lastly, coming up is the Oshkosh Auxiliary Police, and I think that concludes today's procession. And very solemn, very honorable, and I just it's great to be a part of this.
It certainly is. I look forward to this every year and sharing this with you and sharing it with our community as, yes, procession, not parade, and it truly is one of my favorite.
Okay. And this is Henry, our little guy right here. Also want to wrap up and say thank you to House of Flowers for being a sponsor, and of
Oshkosh Herald for being another wonderful sponsor.
Yeah.
Without these sponsors, it just wouldn't happen. So thank you.
So that concludes today's 2024 Memorial Day procession. Again, closing out.
Julie Hurt.
And Mike Hurt. God bless.